to come in and audition just in general?
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's different. First of all, so my opinion is not necessarily, and I was was a failed actor.
Hey, weren't you in chocolate for breakfast?
I was Taft-Hartley'd for that project. I found and continue to find auditioning to be one of the most excruciatingly difficult things you could ever do. And you know, we'll talk about Zoe coming in and auditioning and doing something I never ever could even get within a million yards of doing, which is walking into an audition and being the part. You have that 10 minutes to be that person, and you don't know if you're going to get a chance to do it. I could never do that.
What do you mean?
I mean, I just couldn't find it in myself to do it. I was too psyched out.
You could not walk in the room.
I'd tank it. I would tank it. So like, my joke is like, if I'll do anything if you offer it to me, literally anything. But if I had to audition for like the lead in the next Coen Brothers movie, I would pass because I know I'll tank it. That's a separate issue. I, as a director, I feel for the actor when they walk in the door. That doesn't necessarily help them, but I know how excruciating that can be. I just want to see the character. So personally, I know there's all sorts of stuff about you come in and you do small talk and all that stuff. Like, I don't need that. Personally, I don't need that. Nor do I want to feel like I can't talk to you. You know, you want to know that that it's not like a, you know, creepy person, but more than anything, I just want to see. I want the actor to come in and show me who that character is, because right now they're just on the page, and so I want to see the actor come in and bring that character to life. And when you see it, you kind of know. I mean, it's pretty amazing how much you kind of know when you see it. And then they do. Then it's not yours anymore. Then it's theirs. And so with this story, I mean, then the movie gets cast, and now Emily is Zoe, and Zoe's going to tell us who that character is, and Holly's going to tell us who that character is, and then they kind of fight for their character. That's what kind of happens, is they start fighting for their character, and I love that. But in the audition, I just want to see that character, and I'm always in awe.
That advice
of
is the most stressful advice I've ever heard. You just terrified every one of these people. Now I know why you don't audition. My God, you're trying to make them suffer the way you do. Just walk in and be perfect. Just do it right. Don't walk in the door unless you're gonna kill it.
I didn't say that.
That's what it
Small
says.
talk with me.
I didn't say that.
Can I give better advice? Please. God damn it. Just relax, enjoy yourself. So when you walk into an audition, here's the thing. Not that he's wrong. There's nothing more stressful than an audition. Everything about it is artificial. Everything about it is
So
set up.
far, you're saying what I said.
But watch how I expand it. But here's the thing. I just made this documentary about Gary Shandling, and he talked a lot about being nervous on stage as a stand-up comedian. And he said, and he's writing in his diary to himself, why am I nervous? My goal is to be Gary Shandling. And even if I'm nervous, I am Gary Shandling, so I've already succeeded, so there's no reason to be nervous. So basically, you know, when you enter a room, you need to understand that you do come across, like, your thing is obvious, like who you are. And so much about nerves, and Michael is a very good actor, is that you're trying to do a whole thing because you think, is it coming across, is it coming across? You come across in the first 8 seconds. The first sentence out of your mouth, the director's like, that feels right, or no, that doesn't feel that right. And you can fuck up the acting a little bit, but you know, directors have a sense of like, I could fix that, or I could talk to them. But your essence if you can relax and try to enjoy the process and enjoy meeting people and realize that I might not get this audition, but they might like me for the next one, so I should just, do my best work and try to connect with this person, then I think you could be less in your head, which will allow you to be more present for the work at hand. And a lot of it I do think is about enjoying yourself and trying to find a way to make those auditions not hellish, but a fun way to meet and connect and express something to somebody.
Did you ever? Wait, can I just say one thing? Which is that the biggest thing that I learned crossing the table was that before I had become a writer and was auditioning people, and I was just an actor and was just going in on auditions, I hated being told that I had to wear a certain thing or put on makeup, or I would feel rage if the feedback was can she come back in but wear a cute top and put on mascara. I'd be no, I'm an actor. It just made me crazy and made me feel like everyone was shallow. And then I stepped on the other side and I was oh, well, not all the time, sometimes they're just fucking awful, but sometimes they're asking because the character would, because it's and I suddenly realized that oh, when people come, if you're auditioning for a sexy part, but you're wearing gym clothes and you're wearing Adidas, it's harder for you to get to Jessica Rabbit. It's harder for you to get there. And you're doing it for your own body, you're doing it for your own good. And so much of what you do before you go into an audition is actually for yourself. It's so that you can do your work when you go into the room, and it's not for the producers sitting back there who already know what you look like and already have made judgments about your clothes, or they don't care about that shit. What they care about is whether you've set up the conditions for yourself to succeed, because they want you to, because they want you to solve their problems by being the right person.
I mean, I know that when I would go in an audition, I would have my agent call them and say, because I wanted it for me. I would have my agent call them and say, Holly, is coming in and she wants to read first. So, and then she'd love to hang out after, chat, whatever, ask questions, answer questions. But so I would walk in the room and there would be no chit chat. I would walk, and it was set up so the expectation for both me and them was, so I wouldn't be a weirdo. I would be somebody who was coming in with a particular purpose. And that way I could do what I wanted to do for myself, just like what you're talking about. I could feel protected by that, and I didn't feel that I had to, prove to them. And I could be in myself, and then do the scene, and then say, hey, and then I felt not self-conscious.
I think also the point of that is you're allowed to ask for what you need so you can do your best work. And people are afraid to say, can we not chat? I'd rather just jump right in. And you are allowed to do that, and I think it's also a sign that you care and you have a process, and people respect that. I often tell people, when you walk in for an audition, tell them right away you want to do it twice. Because everyone's afraid they're going to do it once, and they're going to say, all right, thanks, and you know that you're just loosening up. And it's fine to walk in and go I'm shitty on the first one, can we just do it twice? And then every director's yeah, fine,
Yeah, or it was shocking to me being on the other side of the table and suddenly realizing if you fuck up, no one cares. You fuck up your lines, literally no one cares. It means nothing. I mean, I don't want to speak out of turn, but Chris Messina on Ruby Sparks gave the most unprepared audition, and he was just the right person. We knew it within seconds that he was the right person.
You're gonna tweet right now?
I'm gonna tweet that Chris Messina's audition for Ruby Sparks.
He knows it was a mess. He was
Your
sweating
audition
bullets.
was awful.
He had
At
paint
Chris
in front of his
Messina.
face.
At Chris Messina is not the Chris Messina. I learned that the hard way.
What is the hard way?
The other Chris Messina writes you.
And what's that other Chris Messina?
He's quit talking to me like I'm an actor. I'm an
Yeah,
insurance
I did not
adjuster.
fuck up the audition to Ruby Sparks.
I just want to ask.